So a while back, I promised a friend to make videos on 2 animes of his choice in exchange for $25. He paid me up front and told me to make a video on Koikaze, an anime about incest. I was like, bet. I've seen Orimo. I've seen Yusuga Nasura. I've seen Aramanga Sensei. Easy. It just wasn't easy at all. And while I was watching a man in his 30s have a serious relationship with his blood-related sister, underaged, by the way, I had an existential crisis. For a mere $12.50, for less money than I would get for a single hour of work at my local McDonald's, I'd spent several torturing myself. So yeah, it's been a while, 2 years to be exact, but I needed a while to recover. What matters in the end is that I'm back, so without further ado, it's time to experience my first Yuri anime. In 2005, animation studio Madhouse finished their adaptation of Monster, an anime considered by most to this day to be a masterpiece. But what if I told you that just a single year later, Madhouse would outdo themselves? That they would create an anime that would not just completely overshadow Monster, but every single anime ever created? Well, I'm not gonna say that because this show is so boring. I can't count the number of times I had to pause the show and rewind because my mind had wandered off somewhere else. But boring is subjective, so let's give you a brief summary of the first episode. The show begins by introducing Nagisa, a new transfer student at St. Miyatore's, a prestigious all-girls academy. Less than 3 minutes into the episode, Nagisa gets lost on her way to school and stumbles into a riverbed, where she runs into Shizuma, the other main character. For some reason, at the sight of Nagisa, Shizuma pulls her in close and kisses her on the forehead, which results in Nagisa fainting. Then, Nagisa wakes up in the infirmary and we meet her new roommate Tamao, the third main character. Later in the episode, Nagisa runs into Shizuma again, who again tries to kiss her, and we also learn that Shizuma is the Chwal of the school, which is like the super president of St. Miyatore's. Remember how I said I would give a summary of the first episode? Well, I hope you paid attention because I actually meant the first 11. Yep, you heard me right, this show is repetitive. Strawberry Panic follows a very simple formula. A girl or a group of girls will do something considered cute, a character is most likely introduced or reappears, then a small incident will occur, or something funny will happen. Throw in a couple of scenes where they almost kiss and there you have it. The incidents are also extremely stupid. For everyone's sake, I won't go into the details, but in one of the episodes, one of the girls tries to prevent another girl from seeing someone off by forging a fake confession letter. Then, when she has the girl right next to her trapped in a secluded forest, what do you think she does? A. Tie her up. B. Hold her down. Or C. Start stripping. You guys probably thought it was C, huh? I was just messing with you guys, it's actually B. The girl did hold her down. Only, it might have been on the ground and she might have been on top of her. And she might have tried to sneak in a couple kisses, but that's pretty normal human behavior if you ask me. The funny scenes weren't any better, in fact they were pretty painful to watch, but maybe I'm crazy and I can't recognize good comedy when it's right in front of me, so I'll just play my reaction to the clip and let you guys decide for yourselves. Dude, okay, yeah, dude, I can't. So if it's just me and I don't know good comedy, let me know in the comments. However, by episode 12, everything changes. Well, 2 things in particular. They increase the level of Yuri and drama. Before episode 12, kisses wouldn't actually happen. They would get close, but someone would interrupt them every time. Love triangles between the cast also start to form to add drama, specifically between these 3 and these 3. And the way these triangles are resolved are pretty toxic in my opinion. Both times the girl will tell the person they've rejected to stay by their side forever. And while I think that it's totally okay to stay friends with people you have rejected or been rejected by, the way it was worded insinuates they wanted them to stay extremely close, which I think is a little bit unhealthy. Other than that, nothing really happens until episode 17, where they try and develop a Chwal. We find out that there's actually supposed to be 2 of them, However, the person who was elected with Shizuma passed away with an illness. And this information was the first time Strawberry Panic held an inkling of my attention. And to their credit, it wasn't that bad of a backstory. My issue with it was that it didn't really add up to how Shizuma had acted for the past 16 episodes. They made her out to be someone who had shut her heart after the passing of the other Echwal. But that just feels weird when upon seeing Nagisa for the first time, Shizuma kisses her on the forehead and tries to keep seducing her every single episode. They also start using the Echwal elections to start moving the plot forward. Apparently being Echwal is like being God because everyone, and I mean everyone, wants to be Echwal. I mean, one of the characters doesn't want to run for Echwal, and then someone else tells her that if you don't run for Echwal, the dreams of the rest of the students will die. Like, what does Echwal do that will happen? But it's never explained. They don't even try to give it a valid explanation. And the creators know it themselves. There's a 40-second segment where someone asks what an Echwal is, and is only answered in the most roundabout ways. Then when asking for further elaboration, she's given the answer that they gain something that can't be expressed in words. Like, come on man, it can't be that hard to make up something. But even after pointing out all the weaknesses of the show, I can't exactly write it off as a horrible one. Did I enjoy the show? No, not at all. I'd rather have watched paint dry. But does that make it a horrible show? Not exactly. I normally would have never watched a show like this. At the very most, I would have only gone an episode in. Yet I felt that the show was similar to many shows that I have enjoyed in the past. And now, before you start question marking me in the comments, just hear me out. High School DxD, Trinity 7, Rosario plus Vampire, what do these shows have in common? And no, it's not massive tits. Man, the things I would do. The answer is that the actual plot of these animes don't really matter. They're shows that you don't really think about after watching. You slowly watch and enjoy them in the moment. For various reasons. It's the same with Strawberry Panic. There's no overarching message and the plot is practically meaningless. But I don't think the show was created with the intention of sending a message or creating a meaningful plot. There's nothing wrong with media made to appeal to a niche market. In fact, it should be encouraged. And that wraps up my talk about Strawberry Panic. I'm not going to talk about the ending because 1, there isn't really much of one, and 2, if I talk about this show any longer, I might have to be admitted into an insane asylum. If you're that interested in the ending, go watch it yourself. Who knows, you might enjoy it. That being said, would I give Yuri another chance? While Strawberry Panic left a bad taste in my mouth, it's just one show in a massive genre. There's no doubt in my mind that there are numerous shows out there that represent the Yuri genre in a way that would interest me. So if you know any Yuri anime or manga with an actual plotline and character development, let me know in the comment section down below. I am more than willing to give it a shot. If you made it this far in the video, first, I don't know how you made it this far, and secondly, thank you. This is probably where I should tell you to go watch my other videos, but to be completely honest, they're pretty bad. If you have any thoughts, concerns, or just want to say some mean things to me, put it down in the comments. I only have 20 subscribers, so chances are that I'll read it. And while you're down there, you might as well hit that subscribe button.